Number 10. You only use 10% of your brain. If this were true, it would mean your brain is like a luxurious penthouse, and you're only living in the bathroom. The 10% myth has been kept alive thanks to motivational speeches and Hollywood movies that want you to believe you're a superhero with a locked switch. In reality, science has debunked this for years. Your brain is active almost entirely all the time. It just doesn't light up every single part at once. MRI scans show that even when you're daydreaming, regions responsible for memory, sensory processing, and body control are lit up like a city at night. The idea comes from a misunderstanding of early 20th century neuroscience, when researchers said we only understand a small fraction of the brain's functions, not that the rest is asleep. So if you're waiting to unlock full capacity and suddenly become a genius, sorry, that update doesn't exist. Instead, be proud you're already running at 100% of the most complex system known. And no, forgetting your keys isn't because the other 90% is off. It's because you were checking your phone while locking the door. Number 9. Sugar makes kids hyper. The scene is familiar. A birthday party, kids screaming like they're in a contest for loudest human alive, and parents sighing, "It's the sugar." Sounds reasonable, until science ruins the fun. Multiple double-blind studies have found that when parents believe their kids had sugar, they see them as more hyper, even if the snacks were sugar-free. Classic expectation effect. So where's the real burst of energy coming from? The party itself, music, games, laughter, lack of sleep, all pumping adrenaline into little bodies like a festival. Sugar does hit the taste buds and the brain's reward center, but it doesn't turn kids into jet engines. Sure, too much sugar over time is bad news. Think cavities, energy crashes, and mood swings, but eat a candy, go wild is a grown-up fantasy. The truth is, kids are already wired. Sugar just adds a blinking light to an already noisy carnival. Number 8. Cracking knuckles causes arthritis. That pop. When you crack your knuckles makes people flinch, followed by the classic warning, "Stop or you'll get arthritis." Bad news for the anti-crack crowd. Studies show no link between knuckle cracking and arthritis. The sound comes from gas bubbles in the joint fluid collapsing as pressure changes, not bones breaking. Researcher Donald Unger even cracked the knuckles of one hand for 50 years to prove it, and guess what? No arthritis. That said, cracking too forcefully can cause mild swelling or loosen joints temporarily, kind of like lifting weights with bad form. So no, it's not a one-way ticket to Arthritis Town, but maybe don't make it your party trick every 5 minutes in a meeting. If you crack to relieve tension, there are less dramatic ways. Wrist stretches, gentle rotations, or hydrating. And if cracking comes with pain or swelling that lingers, that's not joint ASMR anymore. It's time to call a doctor. Number 7. X-rays can turn you into the Hulk. Thanks to Hollywood, we have this image of a scientist getting blasted by X-rays and transforming into a massive green monster. In reality, X-rays won't make you twice the size. They'll just mess up your DNA, and not in a cool way. Low doses used in medicine are tightly controlled and generally harmless, but high doses can cause radiation burns, cell mutations, and increase cancer risk. The myth of superpowers from radiation comes from an era when people didn't fully understand the long-term dangers, when radium was still being put in toothpaste and bottled water because people thought it was healthy. The truth, radiation doesn't care about your superhero dreams. It just wants to quietly and patiently damage your cells. And if you really want to glow, buy an LED lamp and hit the gym. Both are way safer than taking an X-ray blast to the chest. Number 6. Goldfish. Have a 3-second memory. Poor goldfish. Pop culture has painted them as the amnesiacs of the animal kingdom, tiny golden blurs swimming in endless surprise, forgetting everything every 3 seconds. But science says otherwise. Goldfish can remember things for months. Experiments have shown they can be trained to recognize shapes, navigate mazes, and even come to expect food at certain times of the day. So where did the 3 seconds thing come from? Likely from human impatience and the fact that staring at a fish tank for too long makes you feel like you're losing brain cells. In truth, goldfish are smarter than we give them credit for, just not in the write a novel kind of way. So the next time someone says goldfish memory as an insult, you can remind them that goldfish might actually remember that burn. For the next season. Number 5. Lightning never strikes the same place twice. If lightning followed this rule, skyscrapers would be out of business. In reality, lightning loves a good hangout spot, especially tall, pointy, or metal things. The Empire State Building gets hit dozens of times a year. Lightning is all about physics. It takes the shortest, easiest path to the ground, and if that path happens to be the same spot as last time, so be it. The myth might have started as a metaphor, meaning bad luck doesn't hit twice, but in meteorology, lightning absolutely plays favorites. So if you're in a storm and thinking, oh, that tree's safe, it's already been hit, congratulations, you've just picked the VIP section for the next strike. Number 4. Shaving makes hair grow back thicker. You know the warning, don't shave, it'll grow back thicker. This is one of those myths that feels true because of optical illusions. When you shave, you cut the hair at its thickest point, giving it a blunt tip. As it grows back, that blunt edge feels coarser, and the darker root makes it look thicker. But the hair's diameter and growth rate haven't changed. Multiple studies have proven shaving doesn't alter hair's biology. It just changes the way it feels temporarily. If shaving really did make hair thicker, baldness would be a choice and barbers would be billionaires. So go ahead and shave if you want. Your hair isn't plotting to come back with an army. Number 3. The Great Wall of China is visible from space. It's a patriotic brag often repeated in textbooks and travel shows. The Great Wall is the only man-made object visible from space. Unfortunately, astronauts say otherwise. From low Earth orbit, you can see cities, roads, and airports. But the Great Wall is too narrow and blends with the natural terrain. It's like trying to spot a human hair from across a football field. The myth likely became popular because it sounds epic and feeds national pride. But the truth? Astronauts need binoculars to see it clearly. If you want to impress someone with something visible from space, point them to nighttime city lights or massive greenhouse farms. They actually do sparkle like jewels from orbit. Number 2. Humans swallow 8 spiders a year while sleeping. This one has crawled through the internet for decades, making people shudder at the thought of being a midnight buffet for arachnids. Good news? It's complete nonsense. Spiders aren't queuing up to bungee jump into your mouth while you sleep. For one, humans are noisy sleepers. We snore, shift, breathe heavily, and give off vibrations that spiders hate. To a spider, your bed is basically an earthquake zone with bad weather. The myth likely started as a joke to show how easily misinformation spreads online, and then ironically became one of the most spread pieces of misinformation. So rest easy. If you wake up with your mouth open, the only thing you're swallowing is air. And maybe your pride if someone took a photo. Number 1. Vaccines cause autism. This is the heavyweight champion of dangerous myths, born from a single, deeply flawed and later retracted study in the late 90s. Dozens of large-scale studies since then have found zero evidence linking vaccines to autism. What they do show is that vaccines prevent diseases that used to kill or disable millions, like measles, polio, and whooping cough. The persistence of this myth comes from fear, distrust, and the internet's ability to spread bad science faster than good science. It's not helped by the fact that autism often becomes noticeable around the same age kids get vaccinated, leading people to confuse correlation with causation. The real harm isn't just in the misinformation, it's in the outbreaks of preventable diseases when vaccination rates drop. Bottom line, vaccines save lives. Believing otherwise is like refusing a parachute because you read one blog post about someone getting tangled in the straps. That's all for today. I'll be making more videos like this in the future. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out.